Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dr. Crypto here, and I hope everybody is staying safe out there, especially after that dip with the ad where Bitcoin just went shy of $91,000, and a lot of our altcoins also took big dips as well. But was this a decent opportunity? Was this the last opportunity you're going to have before we start hitting alt season? Because it's alt season, in some people's opinion, is starting right now. And obviously, the Bitcoin bull market started quite early in 2023. So is it now time for the alts to make their move? But in this video, I'm going to talk about CRO, Crypto.com, because Crypto.com has been making moves again. And I'll get into that in just a little while. But we're all geared up, ready for alt season. And it all seems to be playing out. History doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. And that's what's happening now. When we come to Thanksgiving's Day, it's like a Black Friday coming along. Thanksgiving happened last time in 2020. It happened again, and it's happening again right now. And I'll get into that in just a little while. But everything just seems to be playing out right. And I know people are panicked and people are worried because of this drop that we've had. And the market's good at that. Markets will play these on you. They will play you to scare you out the market. And that's what it does. It plays on your emotion. So don't get scared at the market. It's like I said, you should always have a plan. Because I feel like something is brewing. Alts are about to wake up. 4 years... in my what I've been through myself, over 4 years of mental disorder is about to return to mental euphoric orgasms. That's what I personally think. I think we're heading up there. I've had some DMs who told me they're blocking me because I'm not really giving people the true story, that it might not ever happen. And I say it in every videos. When we get big moves pushes to the upside, expect big corrections. Look, nothing in life is ever guaranteed. We might not ever go up from here. This might be it. I don't know. I'm just going off what the fundamentals and what the technicals are saying. The technicals and the fundamentals are saying bullishness, it further upside. And I'm just going off what happened in previous cycles as well. I'm not selling nothing. I'm buying on the dips. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And that's the way it is. But I don't feel like I am. I still feel like CRO is going to go to that $1. I think $1 is priced in because of what Crypto.com and Cronos is doing. But I also think my price targets are $2 to $3 are completely valid in this, in my opinion. Because before I get into Crypto.com, we can see the market in the moment is sitting at 3.23 trillion. Bitcoin is now sitting at 93,242. So it's made some nice gains from that drop we had just shy of $91,000. But we could come along here and we can find CRO here. We're still at position 28. We're up 0.52% on the hourly. We're up 0.92% on the 24, and the 7-day we're slightly down 3.42%. But we're still sitting at around about that $4.628 billion with a $47.548 million in 24-hour volume. So the volume is still there. And overall, we're up around over the month about 72%. So it's not looking bad at all. It's looking pretty dandy, in my opinion, for CRO. Because with CRO at the moment, they keep on building. And why I'm getting more and more bullish is because we get big news coming out all the time. We had the roadmaps for Crypto.com and the Cronos chain. And now they're making even big partnerships. This partnership here, big news from the Crow fam, we're proud to announce Crypto.com is a title sponsor of the inaugural Crypto.com showdown. Together, we're setting new standards for the sporting prizing. The golfing tournament between the best golfers and Living League versus PGA Tour. This is equivalent to the Super Bowl in golfing, my opinion. That's what it is. And Crypto.com are going to have all the names written all over it. Again, Crypto.com do not stop building. They're getting these partnerships. These partnerships are no small fry. These are big, big partnerships. This is going to get Crypto.com out there into more people's living rooms. And that is where we're going to start to see more people downloading their apps and getting into crypto. I'm not going to say they're all going to buy CRO or anything like that, but there'll be a percentage that I think will. And, you know, and that's what will happen. We want to see Crypto.com thrive. We want the Cronos chain to start growing and thriving. That's what we want. And that will help our CRO as well. Not just like partnerships, but I'm hoping at some point we're going to get some burns. That's what I'm hoping. We know we've got some burns already priced in, already put in now. I think it's like 50 million CRO, but we want to see won't go into it fully, but Crypto West has put out there $5 billion in Crow burns. That'd be absolutely massive. Will that happen? I do not know. But overall, the market is bullish. CRO at the moment has made those big moves to the upside. We kept on hitting that 20 pence mark. We've come back down. We've tested support and we're moving back up. And we tested again once, twice, and 3 times that 20 pence mark. And now we're sort of like hovering in between, just gearing up ready. And the more times we hit this area of resistance, the stronger the impulse to break through it. It gets weaker and weaker. That resistance will get weaker and weaker. And we will start to, some of those short sellers will start to tire out. And overall, what I am bullish about, look what happened here. We've got the 2 green dots on the cipher B. What happened? We had that massive impulse wave to the upside. What's happening again? We've got the trigger wave here with, again, the 2 green dots. This is on the 4 hourly. And we've also got the green money inflow starting to come in. It's starting to pick up again. And I think CRO is gearing up, ready for a big move. And I think with Altseason just around the corner, CRO is in a beautiful prime position to make the move to the upside. And what I like to see at the moment is right now is to get above that 20 and 50 EMA. That's what I want to see. Because look, when we got that, we want to see CRO push above that 2050. At the moment, we're staying above that 200, which I like to see, and get continuation to the upside. That's what I'm liking to see at the moment. But what we can see here, and looking at the Bitcoin dominance, which is also what I'm watching very carefully on as well, is these two here. I'm waiting for this weekly close on the Bitcoin dominance. Do we get a third red candle? Now, if we get third red candle, this is going to mean major bearish for the Bitcoin dominance, and I think further pushing down to the downside. I personally thinking we're starting to top out here. We've got one red, and then we got the second. And the same thing kind of happened here back in June of 2022. We got 1, 2, 3, and we came back down. But then, obviously, we've come back up now. But when watching these 2 candles here, will it close to a third red candle to make more bearishness? But I'm also watching the USDT dominance, because look at the dominance. We had that bull bear flag that's went up, and we've broken down now. And we want to keep on seeing this break down, because the more this breaks down, the more the Bitcoin dominance breaks down. This is gearing up, ready for alt season. And also, we can see here, we had total 3. This is on the weekly. We've broken out that, consolidated at the moment, and we're waiting to see what happens with the USDT dominance and also the Bitcoin dominance to start breaking down further. And then I think we're going to get continuation all the way up to the upside. That's what I'm thinking at the moment, because at the moment, what we could see here, we can have a look at Bitcoin at the moment, and we can see Bitcoin at the moment is just consolidating. We've created that area, this red line here, of support. We keep continuing up with the 200 EMA, and like I said, we've created that area of support, which is strong. And I think the money flow is starting to come in. We've got the 2 green dots starting to move in. Now, look, on the bearish note of it is, if we look actually now, go down to the 1 day, we can see here we've still got that CME gap here of between $80,000 and $76,000. Now, there's always a possibility that we could come down there, but it doesn't always get filled. History doesn't always show that this gets filled, but I just want to put it out there. There is a risk that we could come back down to this area, and obviously altcoins would get absolutely smashed if that was the case. So all I'm saying is, just be prepared. The technicals seem to be saying that we're pushing up to the upside, but you just never know. We could get a wick down to fill that gap up and then continuation to the upside. But I don't personally think that is going to be the case. I really don't. But we can just see here, and what we've got to be careful of is, which also could bring us down slightly as well, is we've got the GDPQ Q3 coming out. We've got the price index also coming out, a core PCA index, and the initial jobs claim. Now, we know, obviously, Jerome Powell and the FOMC will be watching this very carefully, and this will determine what rate cuts they're going to do. Are they going to go to 25 base? I don't think we're going to get a 50. Are we going to get a 25 base point, or are they going to start pausing? Now, obviously, it will come off this data here, because obviously the FOMC, Jerome Powell, are all data dependent and that. So I would watch this very carefully. This is happening today. So just watch this very much, because it'll be a market mover. especially if you're in leverage trading and such like. But we can see here, we can see Kyle Dupes here. It's also said here, Bitcoin. This is going into more of the bullish for Bitcoin now. Bitcoin exchange reserves are dropping fast. Accumulation is kicking in. Feels a lot like 2020, right before the big December surge. And I say this all in my videos. I'm feeling that 2020 vibes where we had that big dip in for the COVID, and then suddenly we had that massive explosion to the upside. But yes, it's starting to feel like that again. Could this be the last correction before we take off to new highs? And we see the Bitcoin ETFs. We've had a bit of outflows yesterday, not too much really. Look at all these big inflows we've had. So yeah, nothing was bought by BlackRock, but that might change today. But we also got to point out, Jamie Coots here has also said a Bitcoin bid has overshadowed a tightening liquidity over the past month. Yes, there's a lag in between liquidity and Bitcoin, and therefore Bitcoin seems overstretched versus global M2. My liquidity model, which I flagged 3 weeks back, suggests caution, especially with leverage. However, Andrew Stenson revealed a recent note that the Fed is in effect discussing to put USD liquidity change to support liquidity development as early as December. The Dixie could have topped here. The lag effect that FinTwit has focused on ATM is real. But ultimately, the Fed's wavering of the bull flag for risk assets, again, is bullish for 2025. So overall, he said, there's a bit of short-term risk here, but long-term, there is a lot of bullishness happening in the market. And we can see here in the liquidity, what's other bullishness? Look at all this liquidity we're building up here, especially getting close to that 100,000. Now, nothing's guaranteed. Obviously, when you see this, these short liquidations here, they could also remove their shorts or anything like that at any point in time. But at the moment, what this is showing is we've got a lot of the liquidity up here, 32 million, 26 million. 33 million, and there's lots and lots of short liquidity up here, which sometimes Bitcoin does like to tend to go up and grab. So be prepared for that. This is where we're going to see, I think, we're going to get some strong moves to the upside. And obviously, I'm watching Bitcoin very, very carefully because, like I said in my previous video, that what tends to happen is if we go to the Bitcoin price here on the weekly, it's repeating it, and I mentioned this before. Look what happened when we got the Thanksgiving Day, and we had that dip back in 23rd of November. It was. That's back in 23rd of November. That is. We had that big wick down, and then push to the upside. We had a bit more of a push down to the upside, but overall, it was a massive move to the upside there. And is this the same repeating? Is this again the dip for Thanksgiving, and then we come back down, and then it's starting to make our way back up? But like I said, it just seems to be coincidence. It seems to be indicating the same thing for Bitcoin, and money flow's been coming in as well. So I'm ready for some big moves to happen. Alt season is either here or it's about to start very soon. We just got to watch Bitcoin dominance. Watch USDT dominance as well. That's in the total 3. Watch those two, because like I said, with Bitcoin dominance, if you get the third weekly red candle close, that is going to be really bullish for the altcoins. And I'm expecting Bitcoin to make moves, but I'm also watching very carefully Ethereum to make moves. If Ethereum starts to make moves to the upside and starts taking the liquidity from Bitcoin, because I see a lot of big traders are starting to transfer their Bitcoin now into Ethereum. And this is where we start to get those flows from Bitcoin to Ethereum. Then we start to get into the layer ones, and then we start to get into into the lower cap alts. So it's getting closer, and I've got that feeling that a big move for altcoins is just around the corner. If not, it's happening right now. So watch Ethereum, watch Bitcoin dominance, USD dominance, and total 3. They're the things I'm watching for right now. So thanks for watching, and I hope you see you in the next video. If you're new to the channel, give us a like and give us a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.